Welcome back to episode 9 of Rise of the Machines, you beautiful people. And as seems, as always, a running theme, we get to start this episode off with a siege. So we're against the Mechanical March. Now, a whole bunch of T1s with an Advanced Inquisitor, or it looks like an Advanced Pikeman, some Cypher, a Lancer. Yeah, we are just going to have to hope that we can get in and cause these guys some damage so they actually end up attacking us. Yeah. So, siege and androids from Mechanical March are assaulting the colony. They'll fight off the little swarmer bots that we got going in. You guys can all finish there. And we finally got one kit of the Siege Breaker out. Now that's Cataphract, there we go. Siege Breaker armor. Now the Siege Breaker kit is fantastic. 33.8 RHA. So 33.8 millimeters of protection, which means that we should be good against centipedes for a shot or two until the centipedes just shoot through the armor. But that's going to be a very, very good start, and something that we are definitely going to need because, well, centipedes basically came in, destroyed this area, then sappers came in and then came through here, caused us a whole bunch of issues. And instead of talking, how about we put everyone to the defensive positions? What we have done, to mix up a little bit, is we moved the small machine guns, so the military turrets, the 5.56 is down to here. So then we have 4 cubby holes across here, then we have 2 guys in there. Thinking that should offer us a decent amount of protection, spreads our guys out. If an incendiary round goes through, it shouldn't be able to hit the guys in front. Only issue is if an incendiary round goes off here, it can get 2 of them. And George, why are you stopping, pal? Do you want to walk to your death? And what we are also going to do is we're going to chase these guys down if we have the chance, for the simple fact that, well, that's a whole bunch of components and plasteel that is particularly vulnerable and super slow. So as soon as we're out of here, we should be pretty much on top of them. Alex pokes his head around the corner. He's going to be able to start taking some shots. Are you going to hit? No. Fantastic. You guys come across here, come into there. Wait, did they have their mortars up? No. Oh, pikemen. Cool, I was confused where they came from. Yeah, the pikemen ended up shelling us. So, what did we get? 4? 5? Yeah, 5 T1s over there. And an extra pikeman over here. Not a bad start. And a whole bunch of kit over here. Only issue of running around on the map, because we do want to go out on the map and clear all of it, is, well, the old mechanoids over here still have plenty of rounds of ammunition. So for us, a slight issue. Not something that we want to be running into. That would suck for us. And looks like, yeah, at some point all of this got taken out. Do have a factions expanded Cypher there. That did go in, but the walls were already gone. And we also want this stuff. Sooner or later. But that went pretty well. We didn't lose too much. We got a whole bunch more rubbish to sell. What I'm thinking is we are just going to break down any weapon. If it's smeltable, we're going to smelt it down if it's good quality or less. And if it can't be smelted, we are just going to destroy it. And that's how we're going to keep on top of all of the junk. Because at the moment, we keep having to call in comms traders, well, the hoarder trader, to try and sell stuff off, which isn't working too well. Now, off the back of that, we also need to make another T4, because right at the end of last episode, we lost one. You should have enough for that. They're not cheap, but they're not crazy expensive. So we got the Persona Core, we got that. Okay, we don't have the advanced components. We got 13. Okay, James, over here, prioritize working on that. Let's get some more components. Let's get another T4. Hopefully you don't kill it. And let's start expanding the old roster. Something that we did come across though. We have been putting unfeeling on the androids, which I was like, oh, this is going to be a great idea. So, consciousness 100% max. Fine, I can deal with that. Global learning factor minus 100%. That's a bit of a kick in the teeth. Global work speed minus 50%. Another kick in the teeth. Minus 500% suppressibility is ace. And social impact we didn't really care about anyway. So what are we taking from that? Well, what we need to take from it is we now need pumping a whole bunch more bionics into them to make them as good as they would be if they didn't have unfeeling. Now, these guys don't have unfeeling, but that's not really an issue because they're only T2s. James isn't unfeeling, and if you look here, we'll click there. So, smelting speed 248%, which is awesome. Global work speed 158%. General labour speed 266%. With a learning base value of 200%. Go on to Alex, obviously some of this isn't going to be as good. But general labour speed 121%. Global work speed 121. Yes, he doesn't have the upgrades, I understand that. And then global learning factor base value is still 200%. Do you know what? Maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was. Say hello to our newest T4, Francis, who is garbage. Good hygiene, herder, psychopath, slow learner, composed, persuasive, ravenous. Can do animals, which is going to be pretty much pointless to us. Slow learner minus 75%. He's not going to be good for a very long time. Anyway, off the back of that, standard procedure, remove our official brain, remove free will. Maybe he dies, maybe he doesn't, and not that I really want to, but I think we're going to put him onto basic. So unskilled and easy tasks. Okay, hopefully that is going to be reloading the machines in that. And then I think off the back of that, because animals is not a thing for us, we definitely don't want him warding in. We don't have any cooking anyway. We can put him onto a mining and then also put him on crafting as well. So you mine on one and then do some crafting. Because basically we just need a whole bunch of crafters. That is how we are going to win this. We are going to be able to smelt everything down and then be able to turn it into hopefully something useful. Let's see if James kills someone else. Moment of truth. Oosh. Oosh. Francis didn't die. I'm not sure why I should be so happy about that, but yeah, that's another android that isn't dead. And soon to be able to put him in a bunch of decent stuff. We did just drop pretty much everything into Alex. So he's got advanced light sensors, high-powered arms, high-powered legs, advanced power converter, and also a advanced heatsink. That's going to put another heatsink in, some batteries, some hearing sensors. Yeah, he's going to end up being pretty decent. We just started taking it from there. Increase the size of the colony and increase the power of the old colonists. And we're also kicking out the second set of Siegebreaker kit, but James is pretty happy not doing that. He's just about trying to find everything else to do other than the crafting. Now, we do have him set to research on 1, so I understand, but we literally send him in for a task. He does not stick with the task for long at all. So that's done now, prioritise here. Awesome. Let's get some more Siegebreaker kits out. Say hello to Noah, who is our newest T4. Is he still going to be a newest T4? Yes, he is. Awesome. Now, Noah can do intellectual, which for us is actually going to be super important because doing intellectual frees James off. So we can take James off research, put Noah on research, and then on 2 he can do crafting and smelting and all of that other fun stuff. He's also equipped up. Need to change him across onto battery because we aren't actually producing any food at the moment. Still got a set of skills that we're not particularly a massive fan of, but we can pump him full of some decent bionics and he should be half good. So James not having to do research now means James can actually go off and do the decent crafting for the stuff that we actually need to push through. And that means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 T4s now, which isn't half bad. Still, need to get him a helmet because right now, with what he's wearing, he gets shot in the head. It is game over for him. This is good for us. So we have the faction's expanded mechanoids running up against the vanilla mechanoids. And I'm not expecting them to take him down. Well, that turret's going to go down. That's good for us. But what it is going to mean is that a lot of these turrets are either going to friendly fire each other or run out of ammo. So these 3 are out of ammo. Pretty safe to say. Once that's in and not blocked by the shield, that's going to be able to do some damage. That Cypher is just making its way through. And for some reason they have a vanilla pikeman with them. Not going to ask too many questions. Is that going to take out... Yeah, nearly took out their own Cypher. But yeah, with this down, this frees up the whole map. And with the whole map freed up, we can actually go around and start doing a whole bunch of work. Also, we can destroy the psychic suppressor. Only thing the psychic suppressor actually bothers are these 2 androids and James, so the first 3. Everyone else is not affected by it. Also being able to kick out a whole bunch of the Siege Breaker kit, which is just awesome. As for actual benefits, plus 0.3 to handling, minus 50% to toxic sensitivity, bulk capacity 22, carry weight 84. All very nice stuff. So Oscar's got one, Bruce has one, and Francis has one. Now if we go down onto this tab, all we need to do now is just remove forced wear apparel, because we have better kit, and that means everyone should start breaking up the Siege Breaker kit, which obviously for us, not a bad thing. Changed out 3 of the geothermals to the advanced geothermals, so we have a decent surplus of power. Actually no point uninstalling that, let's just deconstruct it. And with these coming in, the map's now clear. Take everyone out of home zone, and with everyone out of home zone, we can start getting rid of all of that steel and components on the map, which obviously for us is super good because that means just a whole bunch more resources. The other side is where we're going to be able to clear everything. Also means that the raids are going to be smaller because there's going to be less stuff about, because obviously we're going to be able to sell it, then obviously we lose a lot of money on the selling, so the raids will become a little bit smaller, which should buy us enough time to get ready. Did make it a false wall across here, so if sappers try to come through this section, they're jumping onto heavy auto turrets. So if they come straight, they get shot by this one, they go low, they get hit by that one, they come high, they get hit by this one, then once they're in the chamber, they're also going to get shot. It is going to work very, very nicely for us. Seeing also that the mortars are here, and the rounds of ammo are stored with all of our valuables, that is not a good place for them to be. So what we are thinking is we get a heavy granite wall, bring it across here. So take this section out. Storeroom in the back, mortars into this section, and then they're going to be able to run in, pick all their ammo, come back out and carry on mortaring. So a shell does come in here, shouldn't set off all of our shells. Then we're also going to move the chem fuel out of here as well, so worst case scenario, it can only burn down, not explode. That's what we're thinking, because we're doing well against sieges, but if some mechs show up, and they have their auto mortars, and they have a high shield and we can't get through it, obviously we are in a bit of a difficult situation. But if we can minimise the actual risk of damage, that'd be great. The other side is, this bit is, that's constructed roof, this is overhead mountain, and over here's overhead mountain. So if a big enough infestation comes in, it could spawn into this section, and then also destroy our storeroom. So trying to spread out a little bit is going to be better. Then we're also going to move the steel, the gold, uranium, and plasteel. We're going to extend this area across and turn that into a big production facility, so we can have the metal on hand. Should have seen it coming. But yeah, as we're tunneling through, we found a hollow. So this is going to make it easier for sappers to come through. What we'll do is we'll just reinforce this area, put a dead wall in again, embrasures behind it, and then some turrets. So sappers come through, they're going to have a very bad time. But it is making this section a little bit more challenging to put up than we would have liked. There is a pikeman out on the map. Well, that is dead. And we've also got a bulk goods trader coming in. Not that we're really going to be able to sell them a mass amount. Mind you, we can sell them things that are on the map so long as they're in the home zone. But yeah, this map is getting cleared out quite nicely. We'll allow all of this across here. And there is so many steel fragments on this map. Yeah, it's a lot. It's going to be more than 200, yeah. So 224 just there. And that's not including everything that we've already brought in to smelt down. So we've already got 30 in there. And this has been going for a decent little while. We are expecting a raid. And I imagine the next raid is probably going to be a fairly decent size. Unless it's factions expanded again. We're going to give them 31 package survival meals. Give them 2,000 chem fuel. We really don't need that. We don't want those. That's all yours. And everything else we can pretty much just sell to the hoarder trader when they come through. Would have been nice if they had some gold because we're down to 20. Mech Hive Alpha coming in. 4 centipedes. 2 termites. 1 pikeman and 1 lancer. Thankfully, I think with a little bit of micromanagement, we'd actually be able to take them out in the open. And it is seeming like they want to go straight through this way. You guys are all loaded up. Yes, they are. So this might actually turn out pretty well for us. More as a proof of concept. They come along, they tunnel, push through onto the 14.5mm cannons. And they are going to be able to do a number on the termites. Fire when you're ready. Okay, 1 termite down. Do we get the shot off before the centipede fires? Okay, what are we taking from this? It kind of worked. Not fantastically well. Okay, again, you change up these positions. Clear allowed area, zone 2. Take this out. And this area, this area. And you guys get back into the base. Why don't you want to fire, mate? Okay, centipede killed one another. That's good for us. Yeah, push through into the mech room again. Thankfully, you haven't got much in the way of mechs there. And looks like we're going to have to fight them here. Issue we have now discovered. We have a whole bunch of explosives right here. That thermobarricade shoots 2 shots into this section. That is everything gone. First one will destroy the wall if it lands down here. Second one would then trigger all the explosives. All those explosives would trigger all the other explosives. And big, badder, boom. This area is all gone. Slightly problematic. Termites are down. 1 centipede is down, so I'll take those all as wins. Afton, mate. This is going to be questionable, but deploy the shield. Deploy the shield. Cool. That should protect the walls a little bit. We should be fine to engage the centipedes here. And they're shooting each other. We are fighting in the smoke, so we can't see now at all. You guys, everyone pull back. Annoying. Wait until they get closer. We'll fight them at close range. How long have you got? You got 6 seconds. I don't like those odds. Yeah, that wouldn't have been enough time to take down 3 centipedes, and we would have been caught out in the open. Less than ideal. Fine. Pull back this way. We'll be threading the needle a little bit. Okay, one of our shields is already down. Wait until they come out, we can shoot them from both sides. Auto cannons can then fire as well. Trying to tunnel through this section. If they take that turret out, we can't actually remake it because, well, tech. Just gotta wait until they push out. James, you got an angle, mate. Make something happen. Come this way. You guys pull back so we have a better approach. Nah, Francis just got done. Only thing that kept him alive was that cataphract armor. They shot straight through his helmet. How long have you got, by the way? 8 hours. Yeah, you're fine. Push in, take these down. Everyone else go off and do what you want. Okay. This area doesn't work. Let's redesign it. What I am thinking is we come across here by another 3. Yeah, another 3 works. Granite reinforced walls around it. Leave that there, then we come across like this and we put a door there. Not the perfect solution and not the most elegant, but that buys us a whole bunch more time when the explosions start going off, and then reinforce across here. Need to put more walls in there as well. It's going to be very, very narrow. But, seeing as we know things start to come through this way, also means that we can knock this wall back, put in braziers, and essentially have something similar to this built into here. And do you know what? Let's just get rid of this mech room. It's not working at all. So when we said about the raids were definitely about to scale. Yeah, look at this. All the way up to the corner, pretty much. This is definitely going to be a test for the base. And a satchel charge is an insane piece of kit. If we can get a bunch of people buy it when it detonates, that'd be awesome. But yeah, you ever see one of those land by you guys? Run. Run as fast as you can. We're doing a decent number on them. And then they still need to come through this area. So, definitely next building project is doing this section. So it kind of repeats like that. So then there'll be 2 of them. I think that's definitely worthwhile. How are we looking on the old power front? We've got 10,000 spare, but that's, mind you, with a bunch of these down. And yeah, just a whole bunch of silly humies walking about. Easy hold. I thought we might have got overrun there, but thankfully I didn't get past the first bit of the defences. Let the guys go off, and all we're going to do is we're just going to drop down and carry across. So grant barricades. We can repeat what we got there. Only real fear I've got on it, though, is if we build it up this side, which would make sense as well, it is just that if they get tunnelled in through the side, then we're just going to lose our whole defensive emplacement for free. Whereas we know they'd like to go through this way, and we've got a semi-purpose built defensive line. Do you know what? We are going to do it a little bit different. We're going to keep that straight. Let's not worry about that bit too much. Back on granite barricades. This comes across here like so, and then goes up, so they're forced around the corner. Granite heavy reinforced walls across this section. And let's put a dog's leg in there. Like this, so they can't shoot, and then we just go in braziers on across here. Now basically that section, but a little bit bigger. Reinforce these walls so they're going to at least be 2 deep, because, well, especially to the side of the base, so repairs are going to get more and more difficult. And 1 space in between each of these. Would you look at that? Leave 1 dead space in the back so it's easier to move around. We'll put 2 doors in just in case something goes wrong. Then this has to carry on down to here so we can actually route it against something. And that will continue across to this section. Reinforce there, here. Actually, no. Change of plan. We're going to drop down an extra one just so we can reinforce this section and cut that short as well. Is this all needed? Potentially. Also potentially not. I mean, if we need it, fantastic, because we've got it. If we don't need it, well, to be fair, we're doing all right on being able to get resources. And then those go to that. That goes to there. Anchor across here. We'll sort that in a little bit. And all of a sudden, we're going to have a nice big kill zone with multiple tiers. Then as this goes across here, the only issue is then they're going to start coming through different directions, so this bit here won't work anymore. But that's fine. That has been built pretty well. Reinforcing the power line. That is coming across here and down to there. All of the geothermals are upgraded to advanced geothermals, which is awesome. France has just went on a bunch of upgrades, which Afton is making. And do you know what? I'm feeling pretty good about this. But with that, I do need to bring the episode to the end, so thank you very much for watching Rise of the Machines. I've been Conti. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome, and I'll catch you on the next one.